A very good evening and many thanks for always joining me for RwandaTV News. My name is William Evans. Of course, here with the news, but beginning with the headlines. President Kagame joins African leaders at the inauguration of Guinea's President Mamad Doumbouya. Tonight, we also bring you the story of Captain Alain Mwiza, highlighting women's role in Rwanda's defense forces. Again, many thanks for joining me. Now this is the news in detail. President Paul Kagame has attended the inauguration of Guinea's newly elected President Mamad Doumbouya in the capital, Conakry, where African heads of state and representatives of international and regional organizations gathered for the ceremony marking the start of his 7-year term. President Paul Kagame was among the high-level guests gathered at the General Ansan Court Stadium in Conakry for the swearing-in ceremony of President Mamad Doumbouya. The inauguration took place on Saturday afternoon, marked by colorful celebrations featuring military parades and traditional dances, showcasing Guinea's rich cultural heritage. President Doumbouya began by expressing gratitude to the distinguished guests who came to support him as he assumed his new responsibilities. In his address to the nation, President Mamad Doumbouya thanked the people of Guinea for the trust they placed in him, pledging to honor the significant responsibility entrusted to him through their vote.
En ces jours solennels, mon cœur est rempli d'émotions, de gratitude et d'humilité.
My heart is filled with gratitude and humility for the confidence you've showed in me. I fully recognize the weight of the responsibility you've entrusted to me today. This is a solemn commitment I make to the people of Guinea to confront the governance challenges facing our country. I will devote all my energy to fulfilling the aspirations of the Guinean people. Guinea is a united nation and will remain so. Our wealth and our unity are our strength. I call upon every citizen to take part in building an inclusive system of governance. I am ready to work with the women and men of this country to build our nation. We will promote women because no sustainable development can be achieved without their involvement. The same applies to our youth. Together, we will continue to create jobs and work collectively because a country that neglects its youth endangers its future.
Qui abandonne sa jeunesse compromet son avenir.
President Doumbouya also highlighted Guinea's long-term development agenda, known as MADU 2030, urging citizens to actively participate in its implementation.
Ce programme vise notamment à faire de notre pays une économie de destination.
The MADU 2030 project will help us develop our country, improve the living standards of our people, create jobs, and sustainably harness our natural resources. Everyone must play a role. This program will expand our opportunities. It is a project for every Guinean citizen, and we will benefit all. We will establish strong and credible institutions that serve the interests of the people. I pledge to govern with justice and dedication to our nation. Long live the unity of Guinean people. Long live the Republic of Guinea.
Notre paradis, terre de richesse et d'innovation.
President Mamad Doumbouya assumes the presidency after 4 years at the helm of transitional government led by the military. Let's now look at the story of Captain Alain Mwiza of the Rwanda Defense Forces, who holds various responsibilities, including piloting aircraft, who says that the passion she had carried since childhood for RDF pushed her to pursue her dreams, and that she takes pride in safeguarding the sovereignty and security of Rwanda. She says that the dedication she has in fulfilling her duties stems from growing up hearing stories about the liberation of Rwanda, which inspired her desire to also make her contribution within the Rwanda Defense Forces. With 12 years of service in the military, she says that she's proud to be to be among the Rwandan women serving within the broader family of RDF. Captain Mwiza also affirms that the Rwanda Defense Forces values women and gives them space to fulfill both their professional responsibilities and family roles. Proud to be a soldier on Rwanda, she advises girls who dream of becoming soldiers that loving one's country means being ready to serve and the country, to serve the country. Deputy military spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Simon Kabera, has also, I beg your pardon, the country's deputy military spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Simon Kabera, has noted that the contribution of women and girls, including Captain Alien Mwiza, in carrying out RDF duties is significant. The captain says she aims to continue learning, growing in responsibility, and is encouraged by the prospect of seeing the number of women and girls in Rwanda Defense Force increase from the current figure of 7.5%, noting that the military is a respectable profession. Let's now look at girls who study different vocational skills in the district of Nyagatare and Musanze. Say that the opportunities they receive have begun to change their lives, and they see them as a key to a better future. Aged between 17 and 25, from underprivileged families in the districts of Musanze and Nyagatare, many of these girls had dropped out of school after becoming pregnant, while others are young heads of households facing difficult living conditions. Those from Mimuri sector in Nyagatare district studied vocational skills including tailoring, welding, beauty care, information technology, and others organized within cooperatives, and they have now started earning income. The girls say that getting the chance to study vocational skills felt like a dream after having dropped out of school. Grace Ingabire, who supported the girls in acquiring vocational skills, says she will continue working alongside the government to address challenges facing families, stressing that this is how the country will achieve faster development. The girls pursued short-term vocational courses, including the use of technology in delivering various services, tailoring, welding, and beauty care, and some of their peers are currently studying construction, carpentry, mechanics, and other trades that will help them become self-reliant. Such vocational trainings support the national goal of increasing the proportion of people undertaking vocational education to at least 60%, while also reducing unemployment-related challenges. Still about young people, let's now look at the teenage girls who become pregnant in the north and western provinces are calling for men who impregnated them, then denied responsibility, and in some cases fled, to be held accountable. It has been observed that girls and the children they gave birth to are living in difficult conditions. Parents, however, say that the issue of teenage pregnancy requires stronger efforts from all sectors to address it, even though they also admit that they fail to provide their children with the adequate information on reproductive health as a preventive measure. Although some teenage mothers receive support from the government, including nutritional supplements that support the health of the mothers and their children, as well as counseling sessions with medical professionals at referral health centers, and many are found to be suffering from trauma-related challenges. Statistics from the northern province show that between 2023 and 2025, more than 1,600 teenage girls became pregnant. The governor of the northern province says that in collaboration with all stakeholders, they have taken action to address the problem. A study conducted by the National Commission for Human Rights in 2024 showed that of the girls who became pregnant across the country before reaching adulthood, 57.1% were impregnated by people they were in a relationship with, 7% by their neighbors, while 2% were impregnated by relatives. Among the girls interviewed, 470, representing 68%, were under the age of 18 and became pregnant as a result of child development. Another 50, representing 7%, became pregnant due to rape, while 170, representing 25%, aged between 18 and 19 had unplanned pregnancies resulting from unprotected consensual sexual intercourse with their partners. The Minister of Gender and Family Promotion points out that there are measures that parents and other institutions can take to address the issue of teenage pregnancy and that they should not be ignored. The 7th Demographic and Health Survey released by the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda revealed that teenage pregnancy rates are increasing. In 2010, the rate stood at 66%, rising to 7% in 2015, dropping to 5% in 2020, but increasing again to 8% in 2025. The survey also showed that among girls who became pregnant between 2020 and 2025, 21% did not manage to attend school, 13% completed primary education, while only 4% reached secondary education. Still about young people who take the initiative to create their own jobs are inspiring others to be bold, start with what they have and forge their own opportunities instead of waiting for employment to come to them. Enora Gladys.
Lepeni Mugabo holds a master's degree in construction engineering. After spending some time looking for a job without success, he decided to become self-employed in the field of technology and has also created jobs for others.
Starting is always difficult and finding capital is also hard, but a person begins little by little. Not all of us can start at a high level. Even I, when I entered business, I had people I looked up to as role models, but I started with just one computer and used the money people paid me because that was the only resource I had. Little by little, with what I earned, I saved and bought more equipment, and eventually I reached where I am today.
In self-employment, there are also others who learn different vocational skills, including tailoring. Leonine Maria has spent more than 10 years teaching young people how to sew various kinds of clothing. Those she has trained say that it provides them with a livelihood and that they have improved their own lives and those of their families. In fact, I started with just one machine, but as I grew, I saw that our government was increasingly putting effort in supporting locally made products, which enabled me to expand and realize that it was possible. Here now, we have 70 machines, and when a student finishes training, they leave with their own machine, which is where they start and grow their branches. Today, I have quite a number of branches run by those who trained here. In the second phase of the government's National Strategy for Transformation, NST2, the Prime Minister Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva announced that there is a plan to establish a model vocational training center in every district of the country, and that short-term vocational training centers will also be set up in every sector in order to further reduce unemployment.
Hagamijwe kuzamura ireme y'imyigishirize y'imyuga na tekiniki ku buryo bugezweho mu gihugu.
The aim is to raise the quality of vocational and technical education to modern standards across the country. In all districts, at least one model vocational and technical training center will be established. Short-term vocational and technical training centers will be expanded and modernized in every sector and throughout the country. This will enable anyone to learn the skills of their choice in a short time, regardless of their previous level of education. As was initiated under NST1, the program to build vocational and technical schools in sectors that have not yet been reached will continue. As also planned in NST1, the number of students enrolled in technical schools will reach 60% of all students completing general secondary education.
The government of Rwanda continues to invest heavily in vocational and technical training schools in order to help young people acquire skills that enable them to create their own jobs. From 2017 to 2024, a total of 1,732,770 new jobs were created in Rwanda, of which 1,466,233 were created by young people, representing 85% of all jobs created.
Thank you, Enora. Now, residents of Rwanda's northern province say that family conflicts have significantly reduced after embracing joint decision-making and cooperation within households, an approach they say has accelerated their economic development. For years, some families in the northern province struggle with poor household cooperation, an issue that often stalled development efforts. Habyarimana Patrice, a resident of Burera district, says his family once faced serious challenges due to lack of collaboration between him and his wife. He explains that everything changed after receiving training on positive family relations.
Ntabwo byari neza cyane. Nari nsananya mwigendaho imuhira.
Things were not very good. I was a more or less self-centered person and selfish. My wife had her own saving groups with her friends exclusively, and we were never honest to each other about our savings. We now started being open about this. When she needs money in her saving groups, I try my level best to help her out, and she does the same with me. And when we make profits, we budget and plan for the money collectively. Habyarimana's experience is echoed by Nhunzwe Nabache Jean Claude from Gakenye district, who says lessons on family unity have continued to positively transform his household and economic being. I have about 380 hens, and I aim to keep about 5,000, and I'm working hard towards this goal. I'm working hard and saving up with different groups. I was also able to buy a bicycle, and I plan on buying a motorcycle in the near future. My wife and I are very supportive to each other, and our relationship is 100% very well. In the northern province, residents have also formed cooperative groups to strengthen economic resilience. Members of the group, Dufatanye Twiyubaka, says they ventured into livestock farming and are now celebrating tangible progress.
Twahaye amahugurwa gatandukanye. Twahuguwe ku mibanire y'imiryango.
We have been trained on different aspects of cooperation and coexistence with our spouses and family members, and also with other people in society. We've also been taught to prepare well-balanced meals. We have been supported with vegetable seeds and fruits to grow in our small home gardens.
Beyond economic gains, local leaders say improved family cohesion has contributed to better nutrition outcomes. The mayor of Gakenye district, Mukanda Isenga Vestine, says stable family relations have played a key role in reducing malnutrition cases previously reported in the area.
People got animals to rear but didn't stop at that. They were also trained on nutrition and balanced diets and how to live in harmony with their families, using girls' gender action learning system methodology. Because of this, we dropped to 26% from 33.3% in terms of poor feeding, and our poverty rate reduced by 12%.
Residents of the northern province say that they've come to fully appreciate the importance of cooperation within families and affirm their commitment to sustaining these positive changes. In the southern province, residents say that crops and livestock insurance scheme will enable them to engage in farming and animal husbandry with confidence, helping them improve their livelihoods. This follows a public awareness campaign conducted by the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Minagri, on the Teka na Muhinzi Mworozi program in the southern province. We do have details. New numbers and Savimana Francoise said they had initially enrolled in the Teka na Muhinzi Mworozi program, but later withdrew due to financial constraints and limited information about the insurance scheme. After gaining a clear understanding of how the program works, they say they are now ready to make changes and rejoin.
In the recent past, 2 years ago to be specific, I had cows that I had insured. For 2 years elapsed without any issues. Later, my children began school and I ran short of money, so I cancelled my insurance policy. However, now, after this awareness campaign and personally realizing the benefits of insurance, the goal is to rejoin insurance and insure my cows.
I had been a member for close to 3 years. I faced financial difficulties and opted out. I have now decided to insure my animals because of how important this is. Umvagusenga Valence says that in the past, most of the information he had about the program was based on rumors. However, after receiving reliable and accurate information, he has decided to join Tekana Muhinzi Mworozi scheme and plans to share the information with others. I have been hearing about this Tekana Muhinzi Mworozi scheme, but had never considered joining it because I felt it was a waste of time really. But now I have been able to get explained to, and I'm fully aware of the benefits of this scheme to us as farmers. I have decided to insure both my crops and livestock moving forward, and I encourage farmers to take advantage of this initiative. The governor of the southern province, Kaitesi Alice, says local authorities will continue intensifying awareness campaigns to ensure that all residents understand Tekana Muhinzi Mworozi program and fully embrace it.
cyambere rero no gukomeza gukora mobilisation ubwo harimo nyine challenge yuko ntabwo iyi gahunda yari yumvikana neza ngo n'umuhinzi yumve.
We are going to continue with mobilization and awareness campaigns because this initiative is not very known to many farmers. Secondly, is to continue with the government's efforts of land reconciliation with a special focus on Fubasi species.
Currently, crop insurance coverage in the southern province stands at 70.8%, while livestock insurance coverage has reached 76.7%. I am William Evans, and that is it for RTV News in English. Have a good night. Goodbye.